The brand equity of the University of California is awesome. We're a $19.5 billion entity. We have 25 Nobel laureates in the system. We spend about $2.5 billion on primary research each and every year. Each business day we invent 4 things. We create more intellectual property than the Big Ten and the Ivy League combined. So we're a big, powerful brand. And as we like to say in the business school, brands like to hang together. So if you have a powerful brand and you need to hang with another powerful brand, University of California, Irvine is a good partner to have.
My name is Kristin Behfar. I've been studying groups and teams for about the last 12 years. My research focuses on why some teams outperform others, what sets apart the teams that are able to sustain high performance and satisfaction over time from those that are not. I found that about 2/3 of teams experience a failure in as short as 10 weeks. And so I got really intrigued as to how can we keep that from happening? How do we reverse that? Previous research has kind of prescribed that conflict is not always good. And I was noticing in the field that several high-performing teams were very unsatisfied and still performing well. I started to look into what are the differences between teams with high satisfaction, low satisfaction, high performance, low performance, and how they manage their conflicts and create norms of discussion that help them to work through problems better. I use a variety of different data sources for my studies. I use interviews, observations, surveys, and also controlled laboratory experiments to kind of isolate what I find in the field. The biggest discovery is that the #1 predictor of someone who's successful at resolving conflict is their ability to what I call separate content from delivery. Right? They're able to kind of look at someone and say, you're being too aggressive right now, but I like what you're saying. So they can focus on the disagreement without focusing on the fact that they're being disagreed with, and that makes them very good at working through problems and resolving conflicts. One of the surprising things I found with the way team members view teamwork is that they prefer the principle of equity over equality. So they prefer that not everyone do an equal amount, but that they do an appropriate amount. And that sometimes means taking disruptive members and putting them in slightly creative roles, can harness their talents for the team while minimizing the disruption. There was a team I worked with in a telecom company with a hugely disruptive member. He was good at criticism, so they put him in the role of criticizing all outgoing work, and their team errors went to 0, and it was a hugely successful solution. The differences are to be desired in teams. One of the main reasons why you should use a team is when you have differences that need to be resolved. Teams that work through problems and create norms of we're having a discussion and we need to battle ready what this group is doing, that they create norms for that tough discussion. Those are the teams that outperform the others. People need to view conflict as an opportunity to really work through difficult differences, because many times the underlying differences are legitimate business interests that need to be resolved. Finding a method to work through that often spills over into the management of other team problems. I measure the impact that my research has by the smattering of people that have been using it. For example, my work on conflict has been used to train astronauts to work together in space for long periods of time, to train nurses to deal with high-stress team environments. It's been used by executive teams who have too little conflict, others have too much conflict. So it's a framework that teaches people how to really think about conflict in a way that they can transform it to their advantage.
So DocuThesis is a real powerful way of linking your brand to the University of California brand in a high quality, very compelling, very powerful medium. I think DocuThesis has done a great job really packaging the messages that the university really wants the world to know in a very accessible, compelling and powerful way.